Right, well, today I'm going to show you how I go from cutting, rooted cutting, to second year, third year pruning, training, getting these sticks, newly rooted sticks, into mature tree, and how I go about it. Got a few of these here, and they're all more or less some further on than others. You start off with your simple little cutting, and your cutting will do shoots. Shoots will grow. Could be bushes, they could be tall. You could have one stem, you could have several. These ones here, I've left one with just one head. Another one's got two shoots. I will let both of these grow. And that one there, I'll just let that grow as a main stem, which is quite a simple one. That will, from there, become more or less something like this. We've got a stem, and you've got branches coming out all over the place. Now the aim is to get this to grow as tall as possible. Indoors, I hope to get a main stem 10 feet worth. If you're outdoors, I'm going to be in Scotland. If you're outdoors, you're only going to get 4-5 foot maximum where I am. You might be somewhere warmer, you might get 10 foot out of it, but there won't be much. Now this one I've already chopped, and you can actually see where I've chopped. Side branches I will limit. So like here, it's got cut. This other one got cut. And this other one here got cut. That there. And I've left one main leader. And this, I'll let this grow unchecked to basically as far as it wants to go. If I have to tie it up, I will tie it up. At the end of the year, come winter time, all of this is here, and all those other side bits, they all get removed until I've only got this one piece left. That will become my main stem. It should look a bit more like this one. This one here, here even. You've got a main stem, and again it's going to start doing side shoots, but I will treat this more or less the same way again. These side shoots, as they start growing, I'll let them grow to about 5 or 6 leaves. But this main top growth there will become the new leader. And again, I'll let that grow as long as it wants, as long as summer takes it. The rest of these I will chop to 5 or 6 leaves again. It will probably at that point start to look a bit like this. You've got side shoots coming out all over the place. These are almost ready to cut. This and this stem here I will take as my new main leader. That one will then become 10 foot long, or as long as it can grow. And it will, at the end of the year, become woody like the rest of it. These other branches, likes of this, I will remove completely. It's just the way I'm doing it. You could, if this is just going to grow as a single stem, you could turn these as you become, this could become your spur. You could always chop it here. This becomes a new spur, and then it'll fruit from there. I don't want this fruiting from down here. I want this plant to grow taller to reach these wires, and from there on in we'll get spurs. But to start with, I'll get to this stage. That new leader, these soon. I'm just making sure that it's not actually going to fruit here. I don't think it is going to. This will get chopped at about 5 leaves. I'll leave the leaves on because, well, plants need leaves. Remove all the leaves completely, then your plant's not going to feed itself. photosynthesis and all that. Leave a few leaves on it, and plus the plant's quite strong and you don't want it all in one because it could stress the plant. Target more or less is to get a main stem with lots of these little spurs. That would become, next stage would become a plant which has a main stem like this one, training across the wire. These things will become the spurs, and every year I'll allow this one to grow, this one to grow to about 5 or 6 leaves, and I'll keep chopping it back to there. And that will be the new spurs, so I'll just basically, this will become fruiting. This is too young, but next year, once I've cut this back, the shoot that comes out, the 1 year branch will be the one which fruits. The whole target of that, so you're talking 1, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. The target is to get your established tree. Once you've got your established tree, this is what it will look like in 100 years time. You'll have your main stem, and all the way along the stem you'll have these things, which are spurs. On the spurs you get your new growth, and each year you cut those back to, well, here you saw I cut it there, and then I cut it here, and then there was 2 years ago that grew. Last year that bit grew, and now, as you see, it doesn't fruit on that or that or that. The buds that come out of 1 year growth, this here, buds that come out of that give you your branches, and they're the ones which fruit, and that's basically the target. Main stem, and all the way along you'll see main stem, years of spurs to last year's bud, and again that's where the fruit is. And the same goes all the way along this plant. Main branch with all the sides, target. Spurs could get really messy. You could end up with, you know, several years ago, 2 years, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and that one there being last year's was cut here. And the shoot that comes out is the one which will give you fruit. Now, this could get obviously messy. This could end up several feet long if you don't kind of work out a strategy. So what I do is, this here eventually, probably in fact this summer, this winter rather, coming up, I'll remove that completely, and I'll take one of these. This one or this one will become the new spur. Otherwise these things become way too long, way too messy. And I could find you one, it could be end up like this thing here, which just goes on and on and on and on, and eventually this is going to reach the roof and there's going to be no room. So this here will be, at one point I will have to cut this right back, and I'll find a new shoot that's coming out, probably one of these. This one, this will all disappear, and there will be a replacement. And the target is lots of spurs, this 1 year growth. The 1 year growth is the growth which will give you all these grapes. I mean, that's what we aim for. We aim main branch, spur from years ago to 1 year old, and the new stuff which comes out. to give you fruit. This is how I do it. There's lots of people who use the cane method. Cane's way more complicated because you have to 5-6 feet of cane each year, and you have to remove it and replace it with another long cane. This to me is a lot simpler, and it fits the polytunnel a lot better. Does it work? Well, you tell me. That's just an extra little video for this week, just to show you what my target for these grapes are. See you all later.